notes. Yes.
Okay, so here we go. Good afternoon, YouTube. I'm Sarah. I'm here with Bruna, Nachi, Emanuele, and Julie. Our topic is coworking. We have, as usual, 10 questions to discuss. So let's start with the first one because we just introduced ourselves, okay? So what is your current works model and do you like it? Nachi, can you start about yourself?
Yes. Nowadays I work presential, but once a week I work from home because I have to go to therapy, but just once a week, and the rest I divide my room with 5 persons.
Yeah, do you like this model?
I prefer homework. I can work better because don't have much distractions. Because here all the time someone is asking for something, so I can finish our work in peace.
Yeah, I understand. Sometimes the family can interrupt you, right? If you
I
live with someone.
I live by myself.
Oh, amazing.
Just my dog interrupt. Sometimes she is trying to participate of the meeting.
Yeah, fair enough. But it's quite quiet, right? I understand. Can I choose someone to comment about this question?
Yes, could be Juliana. Ju, are you
Julie?
listening?
At the moment, I'm employed, but I'm studying. I'm prepared to my future work in the next year, and I'm studying in the organization my future work for 10 or 12 hours per day, and I like your work. And I'm stay just at home and since the pandemic, and I like stay at home because I don't need to take a bus. I don't need to live embarrassing situations inside the bus, and I prefer stay at home.
Yeah, you said everything about the bus. Oh my gosh, how many times I have embarrassed myself. Like the backpack that gets in the when you are trying to pass, you know, when the backpacks get stuck and a lot of things, or you fall on someone's lap, very embarrassing. The bus, right? Not the best place to be. And can you choose someone to answer the question? I think it's Emanuele, right? Emanuele, can you go now?
I introduce myself about the things I like, or that's it.
Yeah, we can talk about the second question. Can you see the questions? I just shared here on the chat.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
So I don't work. I'm student, and I worked one time in my life, and it was presential, and I in store of clothes store, and I don't like it. I don't like it, but I need to we need to work, so we need money.
Yeah.
So yeah. In the in 2 years I will work because I'm graduating next year. So I finish high school and I will start work in somewhere.
Yeah, do you think do you have some preference, like you like something specific?
I think business
Yes.
or marketing, something like that.
Yeah, maybe we are going to be colleagues. Very good.
I hope so.
you'll be more than welcome. So as for myself, I'd say that I work from home, but in the past I usually worked at the place, like in person, and I can see a huge difference. Juliana said everything, right? You can organize yourself better when you are at home and feel more comfortable. You can use your own bathroom. That is very important, by the way, and I think being flexible, it's a very good point about the work from home, but at the same time, it could mix a little bit with our personal life sometimes. So if you don't know how to manage your time and be a little bit more, you can be a little bit lost. You might feel, oh my gosh, I'm working too much, or I'm not having enough time to work because I'm involved with the housework, for example, with other situations. So both have the positive and negative sides, right? But right now, I'd say I prefer working from home because it's way more comfortable, for sure. Yes, so the third question. Just to explain something to Emanuele, okay? Our topic is co-working. You might not have worked a lot yet, but co-working is when you share the space with other professionals, okay? That's the definition. And we have some questions to talk about this. So the third question. Julie, can you read this one? And you can comment about it. Question number 3, Julie.
Yes, I co-worked a long time ago when I was working with journalists. It's difficult because it's pretty noisy when he and I need to interview the people in the phone, and the older people talk a lot, talk high, and but it's pretty confused.
Did you like it or not so much?
Not so much, because I think lately the work, my tasks, I prefer. It depends the work. If I need to more concentrate, okay, I prefer stay in space, individual space. But if I want to need the older people inside the same room, I think it's better. It's it's so easy to work, but depends the tasks.
Yeah, I'm with you, right? You can ask for help if you need, so it's also good to have people around sometimes. Yeah. And Bruna, what do you think? You can answer the first question and the second, okay?
Okay, that's good. Well, I am currently working from home and I really like it. I had some troubles in the beginning because of flexibility. I struggled a little bit to understand. I was working from home and I didn't have to work 24/7. I think that was the biggest challenge for me. I wanted to work all the time and I'm getting better now. I'm understanding better how to manage the time. And I've never worked at a co-working space. I have already studied at a library. It's not the same experience, like it's not a co-working, but there are a lot of people there like reading and focused on their stuff. So yeah, that's it, I think. And I think it's a good idea. Uh, we've been thinking about it here to start working at an office, and I think it's a good idea.
Yes, don't tell me that because I'm too far away. I can't work with you. So there's no point. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
And how about you, Nachi? Have you ever worked like this? Would like to try it?
Yeah, I think 10 years ago, I started a job in a small company. It's new here in my city, so we don't have an officer, just a desk in a co-working. I didn't like very much because has a lot of person all the time. Someone wants to talk and play, so I was distracted all the time. But I make a lot of friends, person that I have contact until today. But for work, it's not a good idea.
Yes, fair enough. I can imagine. And you, Emanuele, what do you think? Okay.
The third question or the or four?
All right,
3 or 4?
3. Okay.
3?
Mhm.
No, but I was try. And um, like 2 years, I think I am gonna work in the co-working space.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. I hope you can find a job that you like in the future. Okay, that's very important, of course. And for myself, my experience, I've never worked in such a space. Maybe I would try because I'm curious about what is new, what is trending and why people are following this. But I feel like I would be very distracted because I can just distract at my own home, at my own bedroom, let alone with other people. So maybe for me, I could I could give it a shot, but no to work in a permanent way, just to see what happens. But I would prefer to be in a more private space for sure. And girls, let's go to the next question, talking a little bit about pros and cons of splitting space. Okay. So question number 4, I will start with you, bro. What are the pros and cons of splitting the space with people who are not your colleagues?
Good question. Mm, I I think the pros, maybe you can connect to other people, and it's always a good time to get to know other people, sometimes other companies, to network with other groups and other companies. I think it could be a good point. And one con, maybe the respect. I think, like, depending on the place, like the group can talk too loud, or they can like listen to what you are saying. So I think at this point, this could be a bit uncomfortable. So that's my point of view.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And how about you, Julie?
I think, like Bruna, it's a good point. You can meet with different people, a different company, and the all, all the hands you can, maybe you can do a good work because the concentration is it's fall.
Yeah, very good point. I would be very looking at everything, because I think a lot of things happen at the same time when we have such a space. And I'm seeing the sunset after behind Nachi, so I would like to know her opinion.
Yeah, I agree with the girls. I think it's a good way to do network and be in contact with other points of view. But it's very easy to distracted and the work isn't done. So sometimes it's not the better way to work.
Yeah. As you can see, I like to talk. So for me, I don't know which would be the better option to work with a lot of people. Maybe the best part is that you can create some business opportunities, like collaborations with other companies, right? You have this window open, but the cons are the privacy. For example, you have to have some private project and the other people can listen depending on how you approach the subject. If you have a meeting, if you are a lot of ifs, of course, because you can it can be something very private information, but in other cases I feel like they know how to preserve this space because people are getting used to this model of work, you know. So maybe it's not like everyone's sharing everything at the same time. It's just a matter of how they organize the space. Yeah. And you, Emanuele, what's your point of view?
In my point of view, the pros are like I I'm I have a chance to talk with uh, so many people that I don't think like me. So there's so many solutions to share or ideas, and this is good. But like uh, like them, I think there's this can be a problem because of the time we can spend so many time talking to each other and distracted of the activity. So this is can be a problem, but don't necessarily a problem, but can be a problem.
Yeah, definitely. Depends on how you handle the situation, right?
Mhm.
And the next question, let's talk about why. Why do people look for this type of spaces? Since we were talking how it is noisy sometimes, it's a little bit crowded, distracting. So maybe why do you think people would look for this type of spaces? Nachi, what's your opinion?
I think it's because of the money. I think it's cheaper. You rent just a desk in a co-working, then you rent an entire space like an office when you have to pay energy, water, internet, a lot of other things uh, in the space. So the co-working, I think, is cheaper.
Yeah, money, it's a huge factor. I couldn't agree more. What do you think, Bruno? Do you agree? Do you have something to add?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Usually, it's really common to see startups in these kind of places, and startups they don't have much money, just like Nach was saying. Like usually the initial budget is low, so it's a good way to be around the team. And I think also it's also about life quality too. For example, when you need to go to a place in person every single day, it's exhausting. Like if we consider like big cities, you know, where for you to commute you need to take, I don't know, 2 hours. If you I don't know if it's worthy, you know, like being in an office and like spend so much time on the public transport. So I think it's a good idea in these cases to like considering life quality of the workers, you know, of the employees. That's it.
Yeah, you can find a place that is closer to your home or something like this. Very
Yeah.
interesting. And you, Julie, what's your opinion?
I think it's about the price it's more cheaper, and the to facilitate to people.
Yeah, you read my mind. I was thinking about this, like the structure you have. For example, you might not have good Wi-Fi connection at your home, or I think you bring your computer, right, to these spaces. Our co-working space, you bring your computer, but you can use for example, the desk, the computer, or the internet, and so on. So maybe for some people who are just starting working from home, they don't have a setup, everything ready yet to work. Maybe that could be a good option. For example, if you have a lot of meetings and if my space is not suitable for this right now, I have to adjust something. So maybe I could try in these cases. It's important to organize yourself, and then you can go to this type of work model that is working remotely. Yeah. And you, Emanuele, how about yourself?
I think it's about the money, but not only about the money, but how would I say before? Because of the ideas, share ideas with other people and find new solutions to a problem in workspace.
Great point, by the way. It's like some companies could create like a program for this, like during a week, you are going to stay in a co-working space so you can relate to other professionals and maybe learn something, like a week to discover new things. Maybe you have a very interesting point. Thank you for sharing. Manu or Emanuele, I don't know how can I call you. I hope Manu's okay.
Manu,
Sorry?
oh, you can call me Manu.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay, I just love nicknames, it's stronger than me.
Oh, I feel you. Me too.
It's like we bring people closer to us, so maybe it's the point of nicknames,
Right.
but some people don't like, that's why I asked. Yeah, and the next question, okay, let's talk about question number 6. I'm gonna start with you, Emanuele. Do you think co-working is suitable only for tech careers or maybe not?
No, because business is not about tech, and that's so many areas that the people work. So in so many areas we find problems like I said before, and every single company needs to find solutions, and there's like find a form to find new solutions and new forms to introduce more communication in for the like workers, I think. So that's it. No.
Yeah. Tech careers are not the only ones which have to solve problems, right? So I think it makes a lot of sense what you said. And you, Bru,
It's a good.
what's on your mind?
Yeah, I haven't thought about it before, but I think it's a good question. And from my point of view, I will agree with Manu. I don't think it's suitable just for tech careers. But for example, depending on the company, we usually see more tech workers than other professionals. So it's interesting, but I don't think so. I think it's just a place where if you are an entrepreneur, or if it's suitable for you, I think it's okay.
Even, for example, educators, people who record online courses, they could maybe rent a room and use this space. For example, you said that the kids were shouting at your window, so maybe you could, if you needed to record something, that could be an option to use such a space. Yeah, very good. And how about you, Julie?
I think all those professionals use the co-works, like lawyers. It's common. Normally, when they in relationship with technology, that's true. But there are others professionals using co-works.
Yeah, you mentioned you're a lawyer, right?
Yes.
How was for the co-working? What was the context you worked in a co-working space?
Sorry, I don't understand your
Okay.
question.
I can repeat. What was the context when you worked at a co-working space? As a lawyer or another thing?
A lawyer, architecture, entrepreneur, and the very diverse areas.
I understand. I was just curious. I'm very curious, by the way. I'm always asking something else about besides the question, so that's my guilt. That's on me. And but thank you, Julie. And how about you, Nachi?
Yes, I agree with the girls. I don't think it's just for tech companies. When I worked in a co-working, I worked in a HR company, have some people that work with events and journalists and sports.
Mm,
So
I think it's freezing, right?
yeah,
if you have a small group, a small work in a
yeah, I think now I can see you, but your mic's off. Can you try again, please?
did you listen?
Now, yes.
Can you listen now?
I just
Okay.
heard a part.
Okay. I said that I don't think it's just for tech company, because when I worked in a co-working, it has a lot of other professionals.
Mm.
So if you have a working, but was a bit, I don't think it's suitable.
Yeah, I didn't listen everything, but I catch the idea. I understand it's very important to have this. I think this diversity in the co-working space, because if you are just thinking you should be only with tech professionals, you might be losing something else, like HR professionals or some marketing ideas. You can get some insights talking with them, even when you are going to share a coffee or something. It's a moment where you can learn and maybe get some new ideas. So I have to agree with you, girls. It's not only for the tech careers, even though I think that for them, it might be very easy to work from home and comparing with other professionals, for example, that need more contact with different people, like in person. Sometimes trying to just talk with someone online could have some problems like connection or the sound, and you miss something in the middle, some information. Yeah. So what is the next question? Oh, Nach, I understand. Okay, she's gone. Oh my gosh. Let me see the next question. Okay, so I think that's next one's kind of interesting. Let's go with this one. Question number 7. With the increase of the remote work, can co-working be a profitable alternative for real estate companies? Bruna, you are so smart, so I'm gonna go with you.
Girl, that's a difficult question. I don't know how it would be a profitable alternative for these real estate companies. Maybe develop or build buildings already thinking of becoming co-working spaces. I think this could be a way, not just for the real estate companies, but for the industry buildings, engineering industries, like buildings, already like thinking of these places as co-workings. I think it could be profitable, and it's increasing. So I think it could be a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, this question was because of this, like we have remote work, and sometimes I thought about the real estate companies like losing some clients because some companies are closing their offices. That's why I made this question, just to see what you guys would think about it, you know. And you, Julie, what's your opinion?
In my opinion, that's possible because there are companies keeping the co-works for all the country, and I think it's possible.
Yeah. And for example, we have your leader, like the boss, he's traveling or she's traveling to the city and needs a space to a meeting or something like this. So the co-working space could be an option in this case as well, you know. And Manu, how about yourself? Okay.
I, I think yes, because the companies is are need I'm sorry, need to improve more alternatives for the business and the workers. And the pandemic was a period that no one likes. That's real and so true, but show us like a new form to work. So need to improve this co-working space in real estate company, in my opinion.
Yes, very good. And I am gonna go to the next question now. So Bruna said, I know in São Paulo it must be very common because it's a huge city, but I would like to know about the others as well. Julie, are co-working spaces common in your city? Do you know some of them?
Yes, I live in Belo Horizonte. It's very common here. There are co-works for all the sites.
Yeah, you can meet Bruna. Bruna's going to be at BH today, so make sure you treat her well, okay? She's very nice. She deserves it. And you, Bruna, now you know you have a co-working space for you in BH, so you don't have to stop working. If you don't want, of course.
No, it's gonna be my day off tomorrow.
Fair enough. You deserve.
Well, these places are really common in my city, but it's interesting because there are a lot of them that I don't know. I know the most famous ones, but I know there are smaller areas or smaller co-workings that I'm not familiar with. Since it's not something I have already tried to look for, so I don't know too much the areas, but I know there are a lot of them here, and it's nice. It's nice.
The learning village is a co-working space, right? Or am I
Yeah,
mistaken?
it is also a co-working space. Yeah, but not for everybody. Just for the participants, for the members. You know.
Mm-hmm. Get it. I didn't know that. I thought it was like you can pay and go. You know, I didn't know you had to be a member, but very, very interesting. Here in my city, I just know one. Maybe we have more spaces, but since it's something that I don't usually look for because I don't use it, I don't have information to tell about it. But I went there one time, not to work, but to talk with the owner, because I wanted to try a partnership with her, and it was kind of the space was very good. You know, we could do various things at the same time because we have the room separated with privacy for everyone. That I think that's very important when you are thinking about the space, having the separate rooms and not only common space. You know, maybe the smaller rooms are good too. So here I just know one, but probably we have more. Yes. And you, Manu?
Oh, no, in my city is so small, and I live in Formiga, Minas Gerais. It's 3 hours from BH, and I don't know co-working spaces here, so I think don't have, but I don't know. I don't sure. Sure.
Yeah, maybe the small cities is less common indeed. And Bruna can visit you as well. Just make a detour to
What
go
is
to
the name of?
Formiga.
Yes, Formiga.
Ant.
It's a really different name. I've never heard about it.
Yeah, is the food good, Manu? That's the most important question.
Here,
How's the food in Formiga?
I think it's good. I traveled to another cities and states this year, and I don't like it so much because I'm so frequently I go to restaurants and my mother's food, my grandma food, and I really like it. So I when I travel, I don't like it so much.
Yeah, but the competition with the food from Minas Gerais is not fair.
Yeah, I think so.
My parents, they went last year and they loved, like they talk about to this day they keep talking about how good the food was, you know. I'd like to know, to go someday to be a guy as well. And Formiga, if the food is good, I'm there. No, that's all I need.
You're right.
Right? Food is life. And next question. Okay, let's talk about discipline, routine, and so on. Do you think co-working spaces can help workers to gain discipline? Ju, like you see people working harder and you're like, I have to do the same, you know. What do you think, Ju? Yeah, I think
Sorry, the question 9.
Yeah, question number 9. I think you froze or I froze, I don't know.
I think discipline it's it's an individual. I don't know. I don't know if I co-work, it stimulates the individual to be more disciplined, to have more discipline. I think something happen in the stimulate the person. I don't know. I think the sport, it's a good point to teach a person to be to have a discipline. But the co-working, I don't know.
Yes, fair enough. It's a matter of personality. For some people, might feel like inspired because I have someone next to me working a lot, and I feel like, okay, maybe I should do the same. That's, I think, in my case, I would be more motivated to work because the environment itself, it's very compelling to do that. And that's why I came up with this question. But I agree with you. You have a different perspective, and it makes a lot of sense, actually. Can you share your ideas, Bru?
Yes, for sure. It was nice what Ju said, but I was thinking of something else. I from my experience, like when I see other people doing stuff, I think I would copy them, and so of course it's not, but it's interesting because when I use it to go to the library to study there, sometimes I would see other people studying or working, and I would be on my cell phone. So maybe my idea is wrong and Ju is right. Yes. So I started to think on the experience I had, and I will go with you. Yeah. No.
Yeah,
I
the library is very silent, but I don't know.
I changed my mind in 3 seconds.
It happens. With me, it happens here a lot of time. Like if I'm the first person to answer, I'm gonna have an answer. But if I listen to others, I'm gonna, yeah, but that makes sense. Yeah, that's also a good point. And when it's my time to speak, I'm a whole different person. So I don't judge you. So, okay, don't worry. And you, Manu.
I think yes, because discipline is about have like activity to do and do in the right time and right I I don't know how I say this, but yeah, if we were working in co-working space, we need to I don't know administration our time and do the things our way, but in the right time and the right for. I think it's totally help in to gain discipline.
Yeah, another point, very interesting that you brought about getting the things done. For example, you can't stay there like for as long as you like. You have to limited hours there, so that forces you to do your job because maybe in the next day you won't have the space, you won't have the structure that you need. So that's what I thought that could help you to gain more discipline. But it could also be like just another space. If you are not focused, the space, maybe it doesn't interfere a lot, right? It's about more about mindset than the space itself. Could be. And let me share about the survey. That is very important. This is our feedback link. Okay, so you can share your opinion. You can give us a score. I really need a catchphrase because Gabi says if you give 0, you hate me. If you give 10, you love me. But I can't use Gabi's phrase anymore. So just go to the survey and let us know what you think. Okay, that's very important. And the website is also here for you to check out about Spanish, French, Italian, and what's the, yeah, English. Oh my gosh, English, it's obvious. And the last question, let's just give some short answers to this one. Just we can close, okay? So what precautions do the companies have to take to preserve their privacy in this work model? Like I said, you have classified information and you don't want to share with others. How can you do it in a co-working space? Ju.
I think it's to look the laptops with antivirus and to carry with programs if you don't have your wall laptop, and to carry information about your company you said on phone or your using your laptop and someone see confidential information. I think it's important.
Yeah, very good point. There are some things we can do definitely to help us to feel more safe, you know, I understand. And Manu, what's your opinion on this one?
I think there are some of these co-workings that are private rooms. So I think the solution would be to use one of these rooms, you know, or try to communicate through emails or like some way that would be written, you know, instead of spoken. And I think this would be a good way to preserve it, the privacy.
Yeah, and also being careful about the passwords, like choosing something that is safe and not too simple, you know. That's like a basic step, but a lot of, myself included, sometimes my passwords are dumb, so I need to improve this.
But I think in these places, they don't usually share the computer, like
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I was thinking like I needed to use the bathroom for, I don't know, 5 minutes or maybe more because, you know, the bathroom is unpredictable. You can spend a lot of time there if you need, right? And you, Manu?
I agree with you, and I think it need guarantee the security of the passwords, and no, don't show the passwords to the people in general, and this can be a huge problem. And I think this is one of the precautions the companies have to take to preserve the uh, privacy of workers in this work model.
Yes. Perfect answer. Thank you so much for the sharing with us about your point of view. And Brooke had to leave. That there is no problem because we're about to finish. Thank you, girls, so much for your time. I hope you liked it. How it was for you, Ju, your first business English meeting?
For me, it's so pretty good. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you for coming. And you, Manu, you are so young, but you have great ideas to share with us.
And for me, it was great. because I can talk with you and the girls and listen to your ideas. And it's so important to my vocabulary and my listen and my speak, I think. And I have a question, just a question. This is my first class, business English. I can continue the classes with the month.
Yeah, for sure. You are more than welcome to join us. Like this month, the conversations will be free in December, so you can test as much as you'd like. You know, if you have 10 hours a day, you can come 10 hours a day and participate in the conversations. You just have to book, okay? To schedule on our website. That is, I shared here, talkingtalk.com.br. Okay, and you can participate. Spanish, French, Italian, and English. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Please come more often, okay? I have other meetings on Mondays, 7 p.m., not about business, about general topics like family, science, and whatever comes to mind. Sometimes a little bit crazy, the topics, but it's always fun. And thank you, girls. I hope I see you here more often.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See
Have a
you.
nice Thursday.
See you. Bye.